station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You have no interest in this city. What you have interest in is control over this majority black and brown city.
Now on DC News Now at 10, a proposal to reduce crime in the district goes to another level. House Republicans push to repeal the DC Home Rule Act. What that means for residents if Congress held power over the city.
And we're hearing from a woman who lost her dog in Monday's heavy flooding at District Dogs. Why she believes DC water is partly to blame for the tragedy.
And good evening, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed a good amount of sunshine today. Let's hit repeat on this situation as we go into your Thursday. I am tracking a spot shower. We'll time things out coming up.
And a lizard on the loose. A Beltsville apartment complex on high alert after being warned about a reptile in the area. How residents are reacting. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. DC's government is once again the target of congressional interference.
Yeah, this time the proposal is to entirely abolish the government, with one House Republican introducing a bill to repeal DC Home Rule.
Yeah, our reporter Marielle Carbone joining us live tonight in our newsroom.
Yeah, and Marielle, you spoke to a DC statehood advocate who says she's not surprised by this.
Yeah, she's not. After Republicans pushed to repeal DC's revised criminal code and then Congress considered repealing DC's police accountability laws, she says it was only a matter of time before it all escalated to this.
Mention the phrase statehood in D.C. and it'll likely spark a passionate response.
They take our money, but we don't have any power.
And so the idea of losing even more local power to Congress?
For Congress to have control over all, that's not good.
Last week, Republican Representative Andy Ogles introduced a bill titled Repeal the District of Columbia Home Rule Act, which would strip the district of its local government. Ogles writing online, D.C. is overrun with homicides, violent crime, drugs, homelessness, and riots. The constitutional responsibility to keep our nation's capital safe for the people lies with Congress, not Mayor Bowser or the D.C. City Council.
D.C. runs by Congress looks like a plantation, quite honestly, because this is a majority brown and black city. And what I see is a bunch of non-minority leadership trying to dictate. We have to push back.
Reverend Wendy Hamilton is an advocate for D.C. statehood.
This was never about crime. It's always about power.
D.C. Home Rule was established by Congress in 1973, creating the legislative branch of D.C. Council. Council passes legislation, but Congress must approve it.
We've heard these threats before.
Mayor Muriel Bowser says the latest legislation is misguided.
The discussion should not be about dismissing Home Rule, but making D.C. the 51st state.
And this bill, it has been referred to committee. Chris and Tasmin, D.C. Congresswoman Eleanor Norton is calling this undemocratic. In fact, in a statement, she said repealing the Home Rule Act would be as undemocratic as abolishing Nashville government. That's a city that Ogles represents. Reporting in the newsroom tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And also new tonight, so far this month, 2 people have been killed in Prince William County. Violence has been a rising problem in the county, and now the local government is opening its arms to a man who spent time in Baltimore and D.C., who they hope can help address the issue with a different approach. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla has a story you'll only see right here on DC News Now.
Prevention and intervention.
Wesley Dawson has devoted his professional life toward working to prevent this. Communities wrapped in crime scene tape, illuminated by flashing lights, as neighbors watch police investigate a tragedy.
Public safety is primarily one of the chief concerns in many communities, and Prince William County is no different.
We sat down for a one-on-one interview with Dawson just weeks after he began a new job for him and for the county.
This initiative couldn't have come at a better time.
Late last year, county supervisors approved funding for the Community Safety Initiative, which Dawson now leads. He moved from Baltimore, where he was part of the mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, to Prince William County.
Why do you want to do this job? That's a really great question, Max. I can truly say that public service has been at the root of my entire career.
The county hopes this program can be different. It's focused not only on crime and violence, but also crashes and traffic safety, drug overdoses, and mental health, all with the goal of addressing underlying issues so these incidents are stopped before they happen.
If in your community you only see that broken glass, you're likely to continue to throw trash into it. But if we address it and we repair it and we provide the necessary supports for sustainability, the community can wrap its arms around that.
That type of help is needed. Last year, there were 20 homicides in the county, the most since 2016, and total crime was up 11% compared to the most recent 5-year average. How do you prevent a shooting, a homicide from happening?
We're looking at how can we prevent that person from even obtaining a weapon to cause that type of violence in community. What services could we have provided? What interventions could have been provided?
Those are the tough questions Dawson will seek to answer, and he'll do so with the help of a committee of 20 people, which he'll lead. It'll be made up of a mix of government and public safety officials, community leaders, and community members.
If it is in your church basement, if it is right on your front porch, if it's right at your community day event, whatever it is, we want to get out there in front of you.
Reporting in Prince William County, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Well, back in D.C., we continue to follow a developing and heartbreaking story about the 10 dogs that drowned in a doggy daycare during this major flooding Monday in Northeast D.C. Now, the tragedy came as a flood mitigation project was underway, but still incomplete. D.C. Water was in charge of those plans, and our Daniel Hamburg spoke with D.C. Water as they weigh in on what happened.
The issue goes beyond just the drains that you see here. A DC Water spokesperson says the water receded actually pretty quickly, which tells them that these drains were functioning properly. It's the area right under this Metro overpass that acts as a bowl where stormwater comes in from multiple directions. 2 inches of water fell in just 45 minutes, creating a pool here several feet deep on Rhode Island Avenue, trapping dozens of dogs inside.
It didn't seem real. It felt like a nightmare.
Jocelyn Lobos Segura lost her dog Mona. She blames the owner of District Dogs for not having a plan and DC Water for not having the Northeast Boundary Tunnel ready.
Of course, our dogs were in danger, but there were also lives there that were also placed in danger, and they failed us all.
What happened is there was a sewage backup in the pipes. The tunnel is being built right under Rhode Island Avenue. DC Water says the project has been underway for 5 or 6 years, and it's actually 2 years ahead of schedule, expected to open by the end of September. DC Water thought it might be able to open it in March, but we're told labor and supply chain issues pushed it back. It will add 90 million gallons of storage designed for a 15-year storm. But spokesperson John Lyle says what we saw Monday night was far beyond that.
The sewer system could still back up. The tunnel, once it's in operation, could still fill to capacity. And if that happens, you're still going to get some flooding. What we hope is that the flooding will not be as severe.
Now, DC Water and the district government, 2 separate entities, are working together to see if there are any solutions. A DC Water spokesperson tells me, however, he doesn't see anything short-term that can be done before that tunnel is ready. However, dog owners who lost their pets during this flood say more should have been done earlier. In Northeast, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Happening tomorrow, the Eckington Dog Park has organized a candlelight vigil at Alethea Tanner Park at 8 p.m. in honor of the dogs who died during Monday's flooding, also to support their families. The park, by the way, is on Harry Thomas Way in Northeast D.C.
And we can expect a beautiful day tomorrow. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Jessa Webb.
Yeah, Janessa, and tomorrow, the next few days after that, well into the weekend.
Yeah, I love quiet conditions.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a rough batch of severe weather this summer, and things have really quieted down. And so enjoy this next 5 to 7 days where we're just seeing high pressure pretty much in control. Now, we do have a little bit of instability. It's spot showers at the most, folks. This is not a widespread rain situation. We put a good dent in this drought drought situation that we've been tracking all year long. From the start of 2023, we were about 10 inches in a deficit. And at this point, we have really kind of made up that difference. So right now, clear skies across the district. Dew points, they're the highlight tonight. There's no more mugginess. Open up the window. Really, it's nice, refreshing air. It's only short-lived, really for overnight. And then tomorrow, it starts to creep back into the 70s. So tropical moisture before the cold front is right behind it for your Friday. So just know it's kind of that up and down roller coaster situation right now. But all in all, the sky conditions will sit under mostly sunny weather. Right now, we're at 80 degrees still, fairly toasty out towards metro area, 71 for Manassas. Good evening, Lexington Park into Brandywine, Waldorf area, you're at 73. So you have this triple threat, I call it, high pressure taking over much of the country. Here's that warm front that we're talking about that will spark up an isolated shower or two. We'll time those out coming up.
So let's work together to build together a strong contract for all USM employees, and especially here at College Park. Thank you and bless you all.
And a group of workers walked off the job in Maryland today. These are union members working at University of Maryland College Park. They're asking for higher wages to keep up with the cost of living and a more manageable workload. The union has called the university downright disrespectful, saying some workers have had to work in unhealthy conditions with no air conditioning and mold exposure. We reached out to UMD College Park for comment and did not hear back.